Alexa had dreamt of this moment for years. Finally, her own apartment. It wasn't in the best neighborhood, but it was hers. The dingy, run-down building had a certain charm, and she was determined to make it her own sanctuary. With boxes stacked around her, she was ready to embark on this new chapter of her life. As she unpacked her belongings, she noticed a stray cat outside her window. Its fur was beautiful but matted, and its eyes held a mixture of sadness and hunger. Alexa couldn't resist the urge to help. The apartment complex explicitly forbade pets, but she was tired of following other people's rules. Besides, she needed some company in this new place. She opened the window and coaxed the cat inside with some leftover tuna from her moving-in snacks. It didn't take long for the cat to become comfortable in her apartment. She named him Shadow, and even fashioned a makeshift bed out of an old blanket for her new feline friend. However, as the nights passed, something strange began to happen. Alexa would wake up in a cold sweat, her heart pounding, with vague memories of Shadow morphing into a grotesque, nightmarish creature. She couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. On the last night of these haunting dreams, Alexa decided she couldn't take it anymore. She had to get rid of the cat, no matter how much she had grown attached to it. She couldn't risk these unsettling visions any longer. She fell asleep with a heavy heart, knowing that tomorrow she would have to take Shadow to a shelter or find another way to part with the cat. But just as she began to drift into slumber, she heard a noise coming from her kitchen. Her heart raced as she quietly got out of bed and crept toward the kitchen, praying it was just her imagination. But as she peered into the dimly lit room, she saw the terrifying reality. Two masked figures were inside, rifling through her belongings. She was shivering, still holding her blanket, paralyzed by fear. One of the thieves noticed her and let out an evil laugh, a wicked glint in his eyes. He whispered to his partner, and they began to approach her bedroom. Panic surged through her veins as they pushed the door open just a crack. But before they could take another step, the room was filled with a cacophony of demonic sounds. Growls, hisses, and unearthly screeches echoed through the apartment. Alexa's heart pounded even harder as she watched in horror. In the dim light, she saw a shadowy figure, something neither human nor animal. It moved with terrifying speed, tearing into the thieves with otherworldly strength. Blood-curdling screams filled the air, and Alexa buried her face in her hands, unable to bear the gruesome spectacle. When she finally dared to look, the thieves were dead, their lifeless bodies sprawled on her bedroom floor. The strange creature, a monstrous blend of nightmare and reality, turned its eerie gaze toward her. It seemed to understand her fear. She was certain her life was over, that the creature would turn on her next. But to her astonishment, it didn't. Instead, it let out a low, almost comforting growl and then vanished into the darkness. Alexa passed out. When she woke up in the morning, her front door was broken in. But the thieves were gone, as if they had never been there. The only thing she saw in the kitchen was Shadow, the scrawny stray cat she had taken in. Tears welled up in her eyes as she realized that Shadow had protected her. But at what cost? Had she unknowingly made a pact with the devil? In this strange and twisted world where up is down and down is up, Alexa decided that perhaps it was better to go with the devil,